Friends, family, mayor, members of the city council, the church community, all of you from impossibly gerrymandered voting districts, the Build-A-Wall crew, everyone from the beer pong league, all of you who shouted, "Lock her up," Team Muslim ban, all the proud fucking Americans.
Our country! A proud fucking American!
The guy in the "She's a Cunt" t-shirt, and all of the other distinguished guests. For those of you who do not know me, I'm an American just like you. I love my country. I love my children. I pay my taxes, and I watch Monday Night Raw on a 76-inch flat-screen TV. You cannot see me. And we have gathered here today to say goodbye to a friend who has been with us since we're born, a friend who looked out for each of us, a friend who dropped everything when we were sick, a friend who literally nursed each of us back to health, who has made each of our lives, if nothing else, longer. Today, we gather to say goodbye, to pay our respects to healthcare. These aren't words that I ever expected to say, but healthcare is dead. Were healthcare here, of course, I am certain that it would be so pleased to see so many friends, including Carl with his black lung from 25 years of mining coal. Those jobs are coming back, buddy. They're coming back. There's Miss Diane, who had her foot amputated because of the damn sugar. There's Mike, that time who was throwing up so much you'd think that his sister was having his baby. She's not, by the way, right? That is a joke. Maybe. Then there's Joe Bob, who got a rare stomach bug while doing missionary work in China. China, of course, was her name. Gorgeous girl, by the way. Might have been a virgin. As all of you know, healthcare was wonderful. When I close my eyes and I think about healthcare, the words that come to my mind are honest, hardworking, thoughtful, loving, courageous, official breast inspector, and of course, available. But as we all now know, healthcare will no longer be available. Healthcare is dead for 24 million Americans, and perhaps more. And by the way, this is a big change because, as we all know, ordinarily when this many old white men come together for a common cause, some black guy ends up dead. Healthcare did have a pretty good run, though. It was, I don't know, it's been on Earth, what, for as long as man has been standing upright? What's that, like 2.5 million years? I'll tell you, if someone had offered me 2.5 million years, I would have taken that offer faster than Joan Rivers did. My first memories of healthcare are the day that I was born. Just like everyone, I was born. And the first thing that I saw was a doctor. Pretty great, huh? And doctors have been with me my entire life. That time I broke my arm. The time I had my appendix out. The time I got cat scratch fever. Quick story, by the way. I used to live in Manhattan, and I saw a very fancy doctor. He had me leave a urine sample in a cappuccino mug. You know how people used to say, laughter is the best medicine? Well, thanks to these congressmen, laughter is no longer just the best medicine. It's literally the only medicine. Which, by the way, will be fine. All that means is that if you have sweats, fever, chills, night terrors, upset stomach, nausea, blood clots, internal bleeding, asthma, hives, swelling, milky eye, inflamed bowel, swollen testicles, or if you plan on becoming pregnant at this summer's gathering of the Juggalos, go and see Louis C.K. His office hours are between 10 and 10:45 p.m., Friday and Saturday nights. And before you leave, please remember to tip your waitresses. Before healthcare died, it asked me to give a message to a few of you. So to Carl with the black lung, Mary with the tumors, Stacy with the early onset Alzheimer's. Oh, nobody told you that? Sorry, that is my bad. Phil with that weird growth on your neck. Earl with the Parkinson's. And all of you with PTSD. A rabbi and a priest walk into a bar. We cannot foresee the trials or misfortunes that will test us along the way. We cannot know what God's plan is for us. What we can do, though, however, is live our lives as best we can, and with purpose, and with love and joy, and with being super extra careful when we cross the street, or when we breathe, or as we get old. The greatest expectations were placed on healthcare's shoulders because of what it did. And yet, we do not weep for confusing insurance paperwork that accompanied it. We do not weep for time wasted sitting in the doctor's waiting rooms. We weep because we're going to die. Each of us, we are going to die sooner, maybe not today or tomorrow, but it could be the day after that, or next week, or next month, or in a few hours, especially if we don't get that glycerin pill that we need. I'm looking at you, Jim. I am looking at you. Healthcare has gone home, guided by its faith and the light of these 217 assholes. Yes, today we mourn healthcare, which has slipped the surly bonds of earth to touch the hand of God, but then totally immediately squeezed on a bunch of Purell in case God had just eaten at a Chipotle. I'm going to miss healthcare, and one day in the future, we will meet again in heaven. And until then, I'll be asking everyone that I know, everyone that I meet, does this look infected? I hope you'll join us as we bury healthcare. It's going to be in a grave right next to our humanity.